Good afternoon, everyone. All right, so I am from a tradition out of the Black church, and a part of the musical tradition, it is called call and response. And so I just made a call, and the expectation is for there to also be a response. So I said, good afternoon. Thank you. This is a communal effort, all right? Call and response. My name is Jadrian Tarver. I'm a professor at Gonzaga University, where I teach voice there, as well as a first-year seminar, Music and Social Justice. We go, in that course, we cover from spirituals to rap music to different types of genres within the Black music tradition and how it relates to social justice and social movements. And since we're talking about music and advocacy today, I thought it would be befitting to talk about the complex history of We Shall Overcome. I know it is the song brings people together and it is a communal song, but it's a little drama that is behind the scenes, and I won't consider it as like a, well, yeah, because lawyers did get involved. Surrounding We Shall Overcome is a song of justice, healing, and collective resilience. Next slide. So, if you know, it was born in faith and endurance. So around the early 19th century is when the origins begin of We Shall Overcome. It was created, inspired by Albert Tindley, who was a Methodist minister and a hymn writer who wrote, I will overcome someday. So this is where we get a lot of the text from We Shall Overcome from. And it, you know, it started in the old tradition of the church. And so people were singing the hymns. But the We Shall Overcome that we sing today is not the original. It is an amalgamation of gospel, music, hymns, and inspirational text for the movement. Next slide. So in 1945 in Charleston, South Carolina, there was a strike against the tobacco company. So that there were these Black women who wanted fair wages in 1945. And so they were out striking and protesting against the tobacco company at the time. It was not only, the large participants were Black women, but there were also men, Black men and white women out there protesting along with them. And this is where the song that, the origins of the song in which that we know is birthed out of this strike in 1945. The lyrics shifted from, it was I will overcome versus we will overcome. So, moving to the next slide. The voices that carried this song and sort of kind of shaped it into what we know right now is Zilphia Horton. She was the music director at the Highland Folk School, where who learned from the striking workers who came down the We Shall Overcome. And so from there, Pete Seeger was also there, and he adapted the song. And so he switched it from I will overcome to we shall overcome. And so that's why we have the lyrics that we have today. We will overcome, turn it to we shall overcome. He helped standardize it, the text and the music, and published it. And then Guy Carawan is also instrumental in this, that he introduced it to SNCC. Are you all familiar with who SNCC is? And so the Freedom Singers, which were a part of SNCC, went around singing We Shall Overcome. Dr. King heard it when visiting the Highlander Folk School. He heard it and loved it. It was like, I believe that this could be an anthem. Next slide. Here's the thing. In this story, the Black women musicians have often been overlooked and omitted in the process of telling this story in its origins. When we talk about resilience and reconciliation, I think it's time to reconcile this, all right? We sing this song, so it's time to reconcile the origins and the influence that Black women have had within the structure of We Shall Overcome. So remember I was telling you about the strike in Charleston? Yeah. That strike was led by Lucille Simmons in 1945. She took gospel songs that she knew and spirituals and put together the structure of I Will Overcome Someday. And then from that, people who were at the strike went to Zelphia down in Tennessee and taught it to her, and she taught it to the students. You see the line? Yes, Lucille is very important. So next slide, please. She did not compose it. This We Shall Overcome is a communal folk song. It belongs to the people. It belongs to no one, but everyone. Because Lucille took it and created it in Charleston, shared it with Zelphia, then Zelphia shared it with Pete, and then with Guy, and then now we have the structure that we sing now for the marches. All right? So they shared in the collective memory of the struggle, and this is why We Shall Overcome is important. Next slide. However, there's a little note that is often overlooked too. This is, if you look on the screen, this is Roberta Martin, famous gospel singer and composer. She is also omitted from We Shall Overcome. This right here is, it is a Victor Bisquesti, well, I can't pronounce his last name, did some research about the behind the scenes of We Shall Overcome. And when doing my research, I found this song. So when Roberta Martin published it, she didn't republish it in her name. She published it as Faye E. Brown. So I'm going to play this for you. And the text reads, I'll be like him someday. If in my heart I do not yield, I'll be like him someday. This was published in 1945. The We Shall Overcome that we know came around 56, 57. Did y'all hear that? Deep in my heart, or down in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. I'll be like him. So that's where it came from, the chorus of We Shall Overcome. Because if I will just do this, So it is important that we acknowledge who Roberta Martin is in this story and in this song. If we're talking about overcoming, we have to pay homage and honor the people who were a part of creating the song of resilience, the song of healing, the song of transformation, the song that we even still sing today. It is important. Next slide, please. Oh, here's another person too. Louise Strohschier is also a part of this as well, because in her gospel song, the text would read, "If my Jesus wills, I'll overcome someday." So the beginning of the "We Shall Overcome" is adapted from Lois's songs. She is not given credit for that either. And here's the interesting fact that she was friends with Dr. King. And he loved her song. Next slide, please. Oh, here's where it gets a little messy. Copyright infringement. Ooh, big words, aren't there? And a derivative work. So in 1960, Pete Seeger, Zelfiel Horton, Guy Carawan, and Frank Hamilton copyrighted "We Shall Overcome" as a derivative work. They acknowledged they did not compose the original song, but they cited their arrangement, phrasing, and standardizing the lyrics as a new elements added to the tradition songs. Why does this matter? A community created a song centered and it entered ownership based on a legal system. The law required naming the individuals even when creation was collective. This created tensions between legal authorship and cultural stewardship. How many of you knew that? Yes, you see how muddy it gets. Because Pete states, and even Guy states, that we don't own this music. But in order for them to, they weren't even trying to lay claim to it. They was trying to really preserve it, because all of the proceeds went back to the We Shall Overcome Foundation, which helped fund grassroots organizations. So it went back into the community. But you also know what happens when lawyers get involved. Exactly. Next slide. So "We Shall Overcome" is a moral anthem of sit-ins, jailings, funerals, voter drives. It embraced by the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee and sung at marches led by Dr. King, who called it the moral anthem of the movement. Music as a restorative justice. Today, we are doing restorative justice. We're doing that work. We're doing the communal work and care work to invite the people who helped shape and created this song into the conversation when they're often not. A promise carried forward. This song has gone from Charleston to Johannesburg, from Selma to Hong Kong, anti-apartheid movement, democracy movements, racial injustice protests, labor movements, LGBTQIA+, advocacy. This song is a part of the fabric and the tapestry of America. I look at this as one of the stitches for the quilters out there. I look as "We Shall Overcome" as the stitches that keep the fabric of justice together here in America. And even though that it may appear as those threads are unraveling, we can mend, we can sew, we can bond, we can glue, hot glue, super glue, duct tape it back together. So if you would join me in singing at least 2 verses of "We Shall Overcome." All right? Yeah. This is community. This is a collective, okay? And I'll start this off with Roberta Martin's "Deep in My Heart I Do Believe," because I feel like that is befitting.
I just heard this one, no, we're good, thanks. Oh, like a week or so ago. I can't remember if I saw it on TV or on the YouTube or something, but this is, I heard it was a church in Minneapolis where they were singing this. And the first part of it's call and response, but then we sing the second part of it in unison. We are here with our city, our love for each other will carry us through. So that we'll sing that now that you've learned it. We'll sing that all together. This is the way they did it. Sorry. We are here. With our city, our love for each other will carry us through. Let's do it again. We are here with our city, our love for each other will carry us through. We may be needing this here in our city.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Thank you.
This is my first time here. This is quite amazing. Congratulations to the organizers. You heard earlier from the Raging Grannies, so you kind of know what we do. My little portion of this is going to be talking about the effect of music on the brain, music and humor. So I'm calling it Music is the Bread of Life, while humor is the marmalade on top. So you have all experienced what it feels like to be listening to a marching band in a parade or maybe a demonstration. You probably all experienced the organ and the choir at church. And maybe you've turned off the sound on a movie that's exciting and found out it really wasn't that exciting without the music, right? Or maybe you've sung a lullaby to a baby. So you know the power of music to affect the soul. Evolutionary information tells us that music and rhythm were around before vocabulary, before language. So I don't know how they know that, but it's pretty amazing. If you've ever watched a little kid bounce up and down to the rhythm, this is before they can ever talk, they get it. And maybe they got it in the womb listening to the mother's heartbeat. Now they've been doing PET scans on the brain, and so they can tell how the brain is affected by listening to music or by playing music. They've even done a thing where the whole brain is activated, but the right side, the nonverbal side, the creative side, is more activated. And they've discovered that if you are improvising, if some of you are brave enough to improvise, the right side is more lit up and the left side is subdued. And my theory is the left side is the part that says, oh, that wasn't very good. So when you shut that off, you can be a lot more creative. So anyway, I've had some friends with Parkinson's disease that were musicians, and so they did surgery on them while playing their instruments during the surgery. Yeah, and they restored parts of their brains so they were able to play music again. It was quite amazing. So as we all know, there is a link between music and emotion, and when we look at the word motion, it is part of emotion. So when we dance, we are expressing our emotion. So also, if you're a musician, you know major chords are the happy ones, and the minor chords are the sad ones. The fast rhythm is generally a happy song, and the slow rhythm is sadder songs. Or as Laurie Lewis in the bluegrass world has said, there are two kinds of bluegrass songs. There's the slow, sad songs, and then there's the fast, sad songs. So if music is the bread of life, then humor is the marmalade on top. So studies have shown people they watch a comedy, situation comedy with friends where they were laughing, and they checked their hormonal levels and found out that the endorphins, they were given a shot of endorphins by laughing. So hopefully we can bring some of that to you today. And endorphins help relieve pain and stress. So when you see us Raging Grannies, and you notice we have kind of comical, we really don't dress this way on a regular basis. We have kind of comical, attention-grabbing outfits, and on purpose, because people see us old ladies and they go, oh, who are they? Who are they? And they come over to listen, and then they hear our words, and they think, oh, that's pretty funny, and they might laugh. But what they don't know is that we are effectively and maybe even conspiratorially getting our message across. So, on that, now we're going to sing you a song. Raging Grannies are conspiring to make our audience laugh.
Ho, ho, ho.
Satire is so very frightening, it's clearly a terrorist path. Listen to their conversation, they speak of peace, not war. Congressional recriminations, they always go too far. Metal in their hips, metal in their knees, they're hiding weapons no one can see. We have found them out, we know what they're about, a peace and justice conspiracy. Someone singing for justice, someone singing for an end to war, someone singing for fairness, scaring us to the core. We're scared of grannies sing their songs. Gals of grannies make us quake. Gals of grannies must be watched. Our country is at stake. Grannies in their hats, a bunch of old bats, scaring us with what they sing. If we ever sing in tune, that will surely be our doom. Spreading freedom and democracy, we're raging grannies singing for justice, grannies singing for an end to war, grannies singing for fairness, world peace forevermore.
Foster, my piece of the workshop has to do with how we get songs, how we revise, how we dress, where we show up, and now I feel so guilty about stealing all these songs and not attributing any of them. We get our songs from other granny groups throughout the world. We author some songs ourselves, or friends send them to us, or we decide there's a topic that needs a song, and we collaborate and write lyrics to familiar tunes. Our songs are perpetually in revision as our political scene changes and local and world events need to be addressed. Oh, we've had songs about President Bush, the Wall, Kathy McMorris Rogers, who brought us Mike Johnson, that silly yes man avatar Mr. T uses and abuses, and so much more. We dress in eye-catching and disrupting regalia. Our goal is to get people's attention through the visual disruption of energized, not invisible, older women who continue to seek justice in many dimensions. We adore having fun, and we meet twice monthly to chew on what's happening and write, and really, we rehearse our songs. We listen to each other and practice the world we want to live in. We can't help but making fun of the powers that be, and we're always suggesting ways to get us on a more loving and equitable path. We show up when invited and when not invited. Some grannies have been to the Slammer for sitting on railroad tracks, yes. trying to stop coal trains. Well, of course you have to do that. We sing at the Fall Folk Festival. We sing along Main Street in June for Street Music Week to raise funds for hungry people. We show up with community to listen to the massive and angelic No Kings crowds. And, you know, we show up in support of progressive candidates that see beyond what is into what might be. We sing and show up to encourage ourselves and others to continue the fight against oligarchy, patriarchy, and those who do not support Mother Earth, all children, and our neighbors in this grand puzzle of diversity of life on our planet. And the song we're going to sing now, we had a grave concern about apathy in America. Apathy is a problem, silence is a problem, and it was apathy that probably was responsible for this past election that, you know what, whatever. This song was written by Joy's husband to the tune of The Weight by the band, and it's entitled, Get Off Your Ass, America.
There's trouble in our country, there's something in the air, but it's hard to address it when no one really cares. It's hard to get worked up so people sit and stare. It's difficult to do what's right when there's apathy everywhere. Get off your ass, America. Time to make a stand. Gotta make things better. If we're gonna save this land. Who cares about apathy? Why should we be concerned? Why not just ignore it? That's a lesson we have learned. Don't care about anything. Don't you give a damn. Then the life you're living is nothing but a sham. Get off your ass, America. Time to make a stand. Gotta make things better. If we're gonna save this land, it's time to take action, not sit around and fret. It's not too late, America, we can fix this yet. So give a damn, do what's right, get yourself involved. Give your boot to apathy, our problems will be solved. Get off your ass, America, time to make a stand. Gotta make things better. We're gonna save this land.
If the mission of Raging Grannies is to use song and humor to raise awareness of specific issues and concerns, well, what then? How can we help move from awareness to action? First of all, we as individuals try to be involved with groups and people who are strategizing and acting, and encourage friends, family, and neighbors to do likewise, even though such conversations can be uncomfortable. We try to provide information to people who may not have found, or even looked for, a way to be active. At the Fall Festival in November, we passed out our Advice from Granny sheet. There are some sheets at the end of the pews there that I'm showing you here. Feel free to take those with you. And we have just begun to use social media with our page, Advice from Grannies. We try to engage in conversations with people. Thank you. We try to engage in conversations with people to find opportunities to listen to people different from ourselves, to deepen our understanding and to become connected. In our own group, you can see we're not particularly diverse. We're all pretty old. We're all white. But we at least have reached out recently. One of our new members has worked with us and given us a workshop on gender and trans and helped us figure our way through this pronoun thing, and also they bring accessibility issues to the fore. And we have yet to add that to our performances, but we hope to be able to think about that as we go somewhere to perform. How can it be made accessible in various ways to people with various kinds of disabilities? Those of us who are white have a particular responsibility to step out of our perspective and recognize that Black and brown people have been engaged in this struggle for generations. Centuries. The letter, Dear White People, which has the little blue at the top that I passed out, is from a Black woman, and it reminds us that they should not be treated as allies for our agenda, but partners for setting the agenda. She admonishes us, don't wallow in your sense of helplessness. Do not decide there is nothing you can do, not even look for what you can do, when realistically, sorry, I missed an important part of that line. Coming to that conclusion is you giving yourself permission to do nothing, not even look for what you can do, when realistically, you're more likely to have a range of options, and the challenge will be how to optimize your time and your effort. Until you find the best answer to that question, do something. Do not do nothing. And our Jada Richardson at the youth group, they said that in such wonderful ways this morning. That was really wonderful to hear. Okay, let's sing one of our more pointed songs about a specific issue that affects us all. What shall we do with the corporate fat cats?
What shall we do with the corporate fat cats? What shall we do with the corporate fat cats? What shall we do with the corporate fat cats? Rise up and declaw them. Make them pay their share of taxes. Make them pay their share of taxes. Make them pay their share of taxes. Make them expose them. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Rise up, seize the morning. What shall we do with the robber banksters? What shall we do with the robber banksters? What shall we do with the robber banksters? Rise up and depose them. Strip them of their year-end bonus. Strip them of their year-end bonus. Strip them of their year-end bonus. Pay those who are working. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Rise up, seize the morning. What shall we do with the Wall Street gamblers? What shall we do with the Wall Street gamblers? What shall we do with the Wall Street gamblers? Say your gig is up now. Toss them in a cell in a federal prison. Toss them in a cell in a federal prison. Toss them in a cell in a federal prison. Early in the morning. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Rise up, seize the morning.
Well, that was wonderful. I love that. I just love that. And I've seen you guys around for years, and I just love what you do. It's so inspiring and courageous, and yeah. So I just appreciate you guys, and both of you too, for doing what you do and bringing music to people. Music is, as they were saying, it's really important. It's a way to communicate without words. It's a way to, in our tradition, we never wrote down music. All of our songs are passed down orally through the generations, and certain families may have certain songs, and they'll agree to share it with other families, and then it gets passed down like that. And then if you attend any of the powwows in Spokane or Coeur d'Alene or around at Welpinit, you'll hear some of the powwow groups using the same songs or versions of the same songs, because those family ties and those songs kind of all mix together within our music. And I wanted to just say that as Native people, our songs carry power, they carry blessings. They are just songs are considered a really important part of our culture. And I don't know if you've heard this story before, but right here in Spokane, it was the Spokane tribe, and there were chiefs that got gathered up and hung at, and one of them was Qualchan. And they asked him what were his final words, and he sang his song. And his wife carried that song through the family, and the Spokane tribe still uses that song. When they open powwows, it's a very sacred song. And it's because of, that final protest of using his own song as a way to live through the generations and persevere, as we were talking earlier today about persistence and perseverance. So I think our music is just built into what we do, and I think that even at our school, Salish School Spokane, music is a central part of what we do, and it's a way that we stay connected to each other. And there are some things that we don't have that we need to have. Like, we don't have, people have been asking, well, we need kind of like a national anthem for the Sinaiaks people, the Arrow Lakes people, because there's a battle going on that the Sinaiaks people were declared extinct by the Canadian government and then pushed down into the United States, and that's my family. And so when I think of my grandmother, and she was maybe like 20 years old when her first husband was shot by a settler when he came to check his trap lines. And the person who shot him was not, they held a hearing, but there was no justice for my great-grandmother, and she was put into jail for about 3 months while they were getting the trial settled and everything. And so when I think of her perseverance, when I think of the power of music, I think of my song. And this song that's came to me is from the last summer camp where she lived, my great-grandmother. And we're still today fighting. We did win a battle in court about the Canadian government saying that, yes, you can do hunting and for ceremonial practices in Canada. And we're still fighting, though, to just become recognized and being able to return to our homeland. And so when I think about all that my great-grandmother went through and my grandmother and all of the songs that they use as a way to say we're still here, I think it's really powerful. So I just wanted to share this song that comes from, I feel like it's from my grandmother, my great-grandmother. It's the place where she had her summer camp along the Columbia River up by Northport. So I don't really need the mic, so I'm just going to stand.
I hope we're all breathing. This is good. We're going to sing a song together. You have lyric sheets. We're going to sing Resilience, because I think everybody knows Resilience, and I just noticed it was composed, now that you've got me thinking about things like this, Jadrian. Words and music by Abby Bettini's from St. Paul, Minnesota. How ironic is that? There's copies of the lyrics, and we'll sing it. I think you'll catch on as we sing it.
Shall we sing it once, twice, 3 times?
Yeah, let's sing it. Yeah, 3 times through. And if we have another minute, we'll find something else. Oh.
Resilience, we are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again, say yes we can. Resilience, we are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again, say yes we can. Resilience, we are strong, shoulder to shoulder, keep moving on. Resilience, make a new plan, stand up again, say yes we can. Resilience.
We sing this during marches often. You can see why.
May you have that earworm for the rest of the day. This is
A card?
okay. Well, we'll do Sing for the Climate on your sheet if there's no actual other requests. Okay, great.
We need to wake up, we need to rise up, we need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now. We're on a planet that has a problem, we've got to solve, get involved and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now. Let's make it cleaner, let's make it cleaner, let's make it fast, do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now. No point in waiting, nor hesitating, we must get wise, no more lies laid down, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now. We need to wake up, we need to rise up, we need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now, and we need to start right now.
Okay, you got another
You don't need to be a granny. You don't need to sing. Come
We'll go through it a couple times. You'll pick it up.
Cool.
This pretty planet spinning through space. You're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant spin us around. All through the night, safe till the morning light. This pretty planet spinning through space. You're a harbor, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. All